do gun work because we can. Because we're better at it than most.
You're as good as Virgil with a gun?
I've never seen anybody as good as Virgil.
The fact that it was a Western was delightful to me and a wonderful coincidence, but perhaps, I don't know if this relationship would exist without it being in the West in some way, but it was really the bond that these two guys had and the way they were together that drew me to the project. I mean, that I loved about the novel, and that's why I pursued it.
If Ed had handed me a novel called Appaloosa that was set in 2002, and it had this kind of relationship between the two men, let's say if it was about two policemen that worked together in New York, I would find it equally interesting and humorous and thought-provoking, you know, if it had all these characters. I do like the Western genre, not in general, but I like the good movies.
There's a set of bylaws posted right outside the door here of this very saloon. Your boys do like the bylaws say, everything will be muy bueno.
And if they don't?
I arrest them.
And if they don't go along?
I shoot them. Or Mr. Hitch does. That's the law.
Your law.
The same thing.
I was so much more interested in telling a story that's true to the time and the period in which it took place. Any parallel or political connection to today, to me, was really irrelevant in terms of my making of the film and what my goal was in terms of making it. George Bush is a liar. We've been in a war for 7 years based on lies. So any political parallel between the character I'm playing and the current administration is, I find offensive.
Appaloosa is on the verge of becoming a ghost town.
You boys are under arrest.
Nobody saw that. This didn't happen.
Mr. Cole, Mr. Hitch, we want our town back.
It's what we do.
It is, ain't it?
It's not a dead thing. It's not an imitation of past movies in the genre. It follows certain conventions visually, stylistically, and even in terms of the characters to some degree. But the characters are quite nuanced and quite modern in some ways. The women are not the cliches in the genre.
I mean, I don't mean to apologize for anything, but I'm not trying to make any statement here. I'm just trying to make an enjoyable picture, you know? Basically.
Looks like you made your first mistake, Cole.
You afraid to die?
I ain't afraid.
Good, because you go first.